Good evening, ghoulish and grisly guys, gals, and non-binary pals. This week, we're playing Session 2 of They Came From Beyond the Grave.
We nailed
the
the
Kickstarter
music
for
cue
this
on that
game
one.
funded in just... What'd you say?
We nailed the music cue on that one.
The Kickstarter for this game funded in only 5 hours.
That's awesome.
Now, we're powering on to stretch goals. We've already passed the director's screen stretch goal, and the next one is the Monsters from the Crypt supplement to add even more ghouls and devils. You'll find the link to the Kickstarter in our chat being posted periodically all night. Probably by Nightbot, if not by us. This sequel to They Came From Beneath the Sea is played in the style of Hammer or Roger Corman films and can be played in a variety of styles and frames. Right now, check out 2 live plays and 2 very different play styles, both of which fit this game perfectly. This game, of course, is one of them, and the other you can find by heading over to YouTube and looking up Red Moon Roleplaying. That game is run by the Gentleman Gamer himself, Matthew Dawkins. They Came From Beyond the Grave focuses on the tropes and themes of horror films and TV shows that came out throughout the 60s and into the 70s. And because so many of them were also based in a sort of Victorian era, the game has that too. You'll see us explore both eras in this life. If the old Universal monsters were the first round of film horror, then the advent of Hammer Studios' American International, especially helmed by Roger Corman and Amicus, gave us a new sort of horror. Action-packed and physical, always bloody and gory, and much more than anything that came before, they also brought in a more overt sexuality. Sometimes that manifested in kinkier characters, sometimes in exploitative scenes and dialogue. It's even said that at one point during his career working on Hammer films, Christopher Lee was receiving more fan letters from women than any other actor in Europe. That's Dracula for you. Just like in They Came From Beyond the Sea, Onyx Path takes those sorts of cultural mores of the times the films were created in to note and use them in ways designed to be fun to play for modern audience. Part of the core gaming experience of this game, and we need to see aims for it. They're designed so that you can play them straight from the box, the way they're set in their default mode, with the option of including as much of the meta devices as you want or none. Your characters can be people of the time the game is set in, or the time the films were made, or modern people with our sensibilities and expectations. Construct the hell out of your setting, or create an homage to the sorts of films and time periods the game lines focus on. Play an intense and serious horror game of the era, much like Red Moon Roleplaying is, or you can play non-stop quips and jokes and MST3K referencing, FBS, or anything in between. Go check out the Kickstarter and get in now so you can grab up those delicious stretch goals as they unlocked, and get a manuscript copy, as several chapters are being released to backers over the next year. You can start playing. But enough talking about it, let's get to playing. So, all of you, come in, it's very cold and dark out there. Nice and warm here inside our lovely antique shop. Come in, have a spot of tea, browse our selection of accursed antiques. Each of them has a terrifying tale of its own to share. Let us tell you one of those tales tonight. I am Tyler, Eldritch Echoes Online, and I will be the director. Our cast and crew are all here. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Tell us who you are, who you're playing. Now.
I'm at Space Lord PJs. Sean, I am playing the Hunter, Victor Vincent, as well as High Hugh. So I stab houses.
He does, and he stabs them wonderfully. They even bleed some really convincing ketchup. Oh no, wait, it was green, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was green. So it was probably
green
like
ketchup.
food dyed ketchup
Old marmalade.
or salsa.
Oh no. No. Well, everyone, put on your leg sleeves and get ready for a really fun time. Sorry, I stole that from chat. Hi, you can find me on the interwebs as Changeling Ever, and my pronouns are they and them. I will be playing two characters, Florence Hastings and Lillian Hastings. No foreshadowing there, and their pronouns are she and her.
Hello, everybody. I am Steve. You can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade. I will be playing the Spiritualist, or Mentalist, whichever one that one is. I believe it's Spiritualist. And across the two time frames, I am playing both Walter Creel and Leslie Fry.
And my name is Devin. You can find me online at Sorta Sullied. And I will be playing the Raconteur in both time frames as Giles Jackson and Luther LaGuardia. And I'm the detective of the group.
Raconteur is the word he was looking for desperately and grasping.
That he had already said.
Right.
Yeah. I know. I just wanted to say the detective.
I like the
Raconteur
dramatic
is the
pause.
Raconteur.
Only we can get fake smoke.
No.
All right. Now that everyone knows who we are, a shameless plug. Please remember to like and subscribe to Vorpal Tales and the Onyx Path on YouTube. Follow us both on Twitch. Leave comments. Check out our Patreon, which is patreon.com/Vorpal Tales. Sign up and join us for monthly virtual movie night. Lots of Hammer horror films. Then share the love and help us keep all these awesome stories and games going. Find our crew when we aren't on the Onyx Path channel. On Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch by looking up Warble Tales. And on our Discord, which you can find a link to on our website, warpletales.com. We play a variety of games, currently Mage 20th Anniversary Edition Technocracy Reloaded on Mondays, Sent into Avernus on Thursdays, Mutants and Masterminds on Fridays, and of course this game right here. Also a special thank you to Onyx Path Publishing for always being involved with streamers of their games and making the awesome games for us today. Finally, make sure you check out the other awesome shows on this channel and go check out their channels too. And starting this Friday all the way through next Friday, we're going to have a whole bunch of charity games, a bunch of one-shots, and maybe even some dev games. So make sure you come around and check the calendar next week. We will be doing our charity one-shots Friday, playing Pugmire, and Monday playing Cavaliers. Alright, enough plugs. On to the show. Something we skipped last time, dear players, was special game rules for this particular game to hit some of the cool highlights if they came from beyond the grave. Special rule number 1 is the framing narrative, where you can ask to frame the narrative of what has happened. You can be the voice in the movie describing what is going on. Sometimes I'll make you pay rewrites, sometimes I'll let you have it for free. Sometimes I'll tell you no if you're going to break a major plot. What it basically means is you can say, I would like to take over the narrative, describe what's happening, for or against the party. I'll definitely allow it for free if it's against the party. So keep that in mind. Special rule number 2, listed in the book as Player 2 has entered the game. If a player's character is not involved in the current scene or story, you can spend a rewrite to fade back to the framing narrative and tell me something like, and that is the point where I dramatically entered the room, or my ancestor enters the room, and then the said character enters the scene. I can help you establish how you appear. If no good reason exists, well, these movies had spotty editing. Proceed anyways. And similarly, the director may at any time force a character who is not present to randomly appear in the scene. If this is the case, I pay you a rewrite. So, some of those require you to pay your own rewrites. I'm going to split how the rewrite pool works starting this session. Okay. In the Victorian era, your characters have the normal communal rewrite pool, like it always would. 70 characters have individual rewrite pool. 70s tunes start each session with 3 rewrites. You all have 3 right now. More are earned in normal ways, but go to you as individuals, not to me. No vote is necessary for you to buy stunts and or to buy cinematics using rewrites in the modern era. Questions?
No.
Okay. Recap time. Last session, our modern characters were invited to participate in an experimental sleep study for people with horrible night terrors at a secluded manor house in the countryside of Wales. Ever's character is a teacher's aide for the professor leading the study from the local university and brought our PCs together, if only over the phone. Then we segued to the Victorian era and watched our Victorian heroes meet over dinner with Ever's rich heiress PC. They were all hired to investigate her inherited and apparently wildly haunted house. They went to the house and the spirits wasted no time in making their presence known. Action ensued, both spiritual and physical, and the session ended with cries of murder from the house staff. But that's just my big ol' overarching recap. Let's get a recap in their own words. First, we're going to have names. Don't have all the names memorized in the right order yet.
Lillian.
First, we're going to have, yes, Florence is Victorian, Lillian is modern. Lillian is going to recap from the intro scene all the way to the point where we segue to the Victorian era. From there, we will have Victor? Is that you, Sean? The Victorian era?
Sure.
Then we're going
That
to have
sounds
Victor
right.
Vincent. Yes. Then we're going to have Victor Vincent give us a recap from his own perspective in character of what happened from dinner all the way to entering the house. Then we are going to have Giles. I'm sorry, I got that backwards. Giles is last. And then we are
Walter.
going to have Walter narrate what happened from their meeting in the drawing room to the moment Giles leapt out the window dramatically, and then Walter and Croops exit out of the house. Giles will pick back up as the window leaped. Begin.
Okay. Brain. Sorry. I'm just like on the spot all of a sudden. Okay. So I called these participants for the study and they seemed absolutely clueless. Ridiculous. Probably not French at all. Anyway, I called them, they agreed to come to the study and they asked where it was. I told them where it was. They seemed, again, absolutely clueless. But, again, American, British, not French, so obviously not that intelligent. However, they all made it, and they all came to the study at the mansion, Eventide Manor, in the countryside of Wales, and it was so magnifique. However, I do not think that they appreciated it because all they asked for was the bar. Again, American, British. So we met each other and realized how creepy, indeedly, truly creepy this mansion was, and I think it is haunted. Ta-da.
Yeah, so a bunch of rich, stuffy people were eating in a rich, stuffy person's place with rich, stuffy.
No. In character.
I am. He doesn't like rich, stuffy people, man.
Gravelly voice, sir.
Really hurts my voice.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Continue.
a bunch of rich, stuffy people were eating rich, stuffy food in a rich, stuffy place, and there was some lady talking about her house, and there was monsters in it, and everybody was talking and delaying the things. And I mean, if there's monsters, you just got to stab them. That's how this works. So otherwise, they're doing evil things that evil things do. And then, so she left to go powder her nose, which whatever. And so then we went and did a carriage ride there where everybody was like talking. And then I think like a professor, no, not a professor. What was he? He was a mentalist, said he was seeing visions and how there was like, you know, you had to talk to the spirits. We prefer to just call them undead, by the way. So yeah, he wants to talk to the spirits when really you should just stab the spirits because the spirits are usually evil. So, you know, they just deserve a good stabbing with a stake that I make myself in my craft room. Yeah. So then we get to this mansion, which is like subtly creepy, quaint, cute. I mean, you know, for a rich person. And then we go inside and we were all sitting around. And that's when like weirdness happened.
Yes, and I'm curious how a mansion is quaint. You'll have to familiarize myself with that. It was, though, at that point that we all sat down in the sitting room to discuss our plan of action to move forward. It was then when smarter heads prevailed, and I explained you cannot stab the spirits, for they are spirits, not physical manifestations. So, as we discussed more, it was agreed upon that there would be a seance to draw out the spirits. But before the seance could take place, we noticed there was one additional shadow than there was people in the room. At that point, we decided that we must investigate immediately the place where the initial murder of the house staff took place. So we rushed to the room, and it was then that my powers manifested themselves. I grabbed a personal item of the deceased, and I saw the heinous act take place. A shadow creeped into the quarters and murdered the poor house staff. And this is what we must solve. The shadow that murders. For some reason then, the man in the hat, who feels as though that he can arrest whatever this issue is, leapt out of the window in pursuit of something. In an attempt to try to follow him, we tried to run and take the normal exit out of the house, the front door. It was though the house seemed to fight back against us, which was quite unusual. But luckily, the brute acted as a very good meat wagon and smashed through the closings door. At which point we then went to the outside porch, and we saw the most grisly affair as the man in the hat who feels that he can arrest spirits was fighting some sort of creature that we took many pistol shots at, but connected very few times.
As that man said, I leapt out of the window after what was apparently, possibly, the suspect. Not a ghost. I gave chase. I cut my way across the yard, hopefully trying to make my way up to him. I lost him in some fog, and then, out of nowhere, this giant dog decided to try and attack me. Random little rabid beast. Little. As big as I am. I don't know how they grow so large in the countryside. Thankfully, though, my compatriots managed to get their way outside and scared it off. At which point we trotted back inside to discover that apparently the whole entire thing had managed to be a giant distraction because another servant got murdered. Terrible, that. I believe that's where we left off.
Alex. Shall we begin?
Yes.
This leaves off exactly where you began last time, with the servants running into the house screaming, "Murder!" You all stand there looking at each other after having been attacked by something much more than a rabid dog.
Well, sir, you got the closest look to it. So what was it?
It was a very large dog with terrible breath.
Sir, you cannot expect me to believe.
We have a murder. Let's go and look at this new murder.
I shan't be able to dress myself alone now. My servant for doing my buttons is dead.
I mean, buttons are really easy to do, lass. Like, you just put it through the hole.
Have you seen the back of a woman's dress in this era?
No, well, there was that one time it was a zombie woman, and I just ended up stabbing her in the back through stuff, but yeah. I wasn't really paying attention to the buttons. Sorry,
Uneducated swine.
Nothing but a brute.
You know,
We
guys
return to the house.
With that attitude, you can stab your own monsters. That's fine by me.
I have no need to stab the monsters. They are merely spirits that need to be communed with.
Well, whatever it was, it nearly took that guy's leg
Then
clear off.
Then we will banish it with the appropriate magic incantations.
I'm gonna go get some more steaks if you don't mind.
And I'll just put some manacles on it.
Manacles.
return
Did you
to the
see the
house.
size?
How are you going to approach the murder room?
Who should go first?
Prepare my fainting couch.
Just walk in. It's a dead body.
No one
Gonna
touch
let the trample in
anything.
there, Inspector?
No one touch anything, especially you, mister.
But my beautiful rugs.
Your beautiful rugs are currently soaked in blood.
And who shall clean them?
Your other servants after I have inspected the room.
Do I have enough servants to... One for buttons, one for gloves, hair, jewelry, cooking, cleaning. No, I
Use-
don't have one for cleaning the blood.
charge up to the room.
Wow.
Okay. This particular servant's room still has the body in it. Looks like he was trying to escape out the window but did not make it. There is a tremendous amount of blood everywhere, and even though these are sparse servants' quarters, there is stuff scattered everywhere as if the room had been full of things, as it looks violent and dramatic. What would you like to do,
Mold in the
Inspector,
rugs!
since you're in charge?
I would like to inspect the body first, see if or how the servant got killed.
Okay, go ahead and give me cunning plus enigmas.
Oh!
2 points to the rewrite pool to begin with, followed
Man.
by
Ooh.
intelligence plus medicine. Excellent start.
How many dice was that for a botch?
8.
Jeez.
And I got 3 out of 3 on medicine and intellect.
This is the Devon luck.
Because you botched the first roll, your difficulty
the
was
duck?
actually 3 for the second roll, so you have no carryover. However, you succeeded on the second roll. You charge into the room, you definitely dodge all of the footprints in the blood and all of the other potential clues. You rush over to the body. They're all watching you from the doorway. You look at his back, and it looks like something burned the crap out of him. There's a massive, strange-looking, jagged burn mark coming out of his back as if he was hit from the front. Also assorted stab wounds. And as you go to turn him over, you accidentally flip him right out the window. Look, you blink, you spin around and say, "This man was murdered."
I thank you, there, detective. That good to know.
Oh my god, that's great.
Carry on. I made a minor camera change. I must fix things. People
He broke it.
Are you sure,
I broke
perhaps, that you do not have the mystic powers for such an observation?
I don't need your sass, sir.
Clump.
It just land.
Yes.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go pick up that body and bring it back up here.
The horror.
I don't want it walking away on its own.
I shall swoon.
Somebody should probably catch that lass.
Fainting couch.
I make no attempt to grab her.
I'm still in the room, just having
Rude.
flung the body out.
Again, my touch has particular consequences.
Oh, really?
You land in a conveniently placed chair directly in frame.
Yes. Yes, so
Perfect.
she is officially fainted.
Faint.
So while he's doing...
So you're still in the room, so I would need... This will be pretty subtle, so I would need Victor and Walter. Victor first, please make just straight up cunning rolls.
So we're standing in this room, right? And you said that it's completely tossed and bloody. Someone's back exploded out. Like it's a mess, right?
Correct. 3 died
Okay.
for your right full total now, whoever's tracking.
Okay.
Walter,
So-
please make a cunning roll.
Even though I was in the doorway and I saw him roll the body out of the window, I'm gonna do that thing where it's not until I actually step into the room that my character is allowed to have the full reaction to the scene. So as I step in and I look, oh, it is an orgy of horror. And then I'll make my roll.
Is that a quip?
That is a quip.
Yes.
Victor?
I don't like his character because he's kind of a jerk, but fine. I'll let it this time. Let it go this time.
Lawrence?
I did not see that coming. It was fantastic. Yes.
You can have +1 die to your cunning roll.
Yay! Here comes my cunning roll. One.
You feel like there's something you should be noticing, but you don't quite know what it is.
I'm still gonna go pick up that body.
Okay, you leave the room and the house.
Right.
What do you other two do?
I would like to inspect, as you said, bloody footprints. Anything there?
You feel like, Walter, there's something obvious you're missing that's not in the room. Can't quite put your spiritual finger on it.
That's not in the
All right.
room?
Correct.
Hmm.
Giles, go ahead and roll in intellect plus enigmas this time.
Oh, 8.
Oh wow.
Okay. A lot
Yeah,
of tens.
I'm not accustomed to this.
Wow.
So you only needed 2 successes, which means you have 6 extras. So mark that down for carrying over as enhancements. I would spread those out, not burn them all in one roll.
Yeah.
So you are able to easily deduce that this is a lady's shoe, and it is not a high-class shoe. It's also a well-used shoe that has seen a lot of hiking. The tread indicates that the person has much confidence and is not dainty and petite. Also,
Okay.
you have a perfect imprint of that shoe.
All right.
So there's someone hiking around the grounds.
Would you like to burn some of those amazing amount of bonus successes on more information from the room?
Oh, yes, please.
You can tell me when to stop. Each thing I give you is burning 2 successes, which means you can get 4
Okay.
things or stop at a time. First thing, it wasn't just a woman, there was also a man in here who was also as confident as the woman and has a well-used hiking shoe. Both of the second thing you get is both of the shoes have residue on them that implies they've been near a coal furnace recently. Third clue is ozone in the air, some sort of electrical discharge. Fourth thing is
Okay, stop there. Oh,
okay.
so that was 4 total of the rewrites?
I gave you 3
or
totals,
enhancements?
you have 2 enhancements left.
Okay, perfect. And to make it a full-blown everything, can I use my trope? This stands out. It gives me one more clue, basically.
Oh, okay. The thing that stands out to you the most that I have not told you already is the fact that the blood that is splattered everywhere, far more than would have been done by the handful of stab wounds and the massive burn you saw on the body. Obviously, after they killed him, they were splattering the blood everywhere. Perhaps in a pattern you can't see, perhaps they smeared it when they were done, you don't know.
So it was done post-mortem? The extra splattering?
While he was being killed, they aimed for veins so that they could do things with the blood while it was fresh and hot.
Okay. Moving stuff around the room, like removing rugs, are there any marks that were left anywhere, like if they actually had drawn anything with the blood or anything, or is it just that they removed it?
Roll. Well, first, give me a resilience plus integrity. You see how well you can pay attention while digging through buckets of blood after being attacked by a hellhound.
Anything from resilience? Because that's the whole bottom
Sorry,
row,
what?
right?
Oh, I'm
You
sorry,
said-
resolve.
Okay, thank you.
Resolve plus
Resolve
integrity.
Integrity. All right. 1 success.
You think you notice everything, but it's really gross. It's making your stomach hurt. It's been a long, stressful.
I need a cup of tea.
Now you can. Yes. Now you could roll larceny plus cunning.
Three successes.
With the 1 success from integrity, you had a complication. You needed 3 for the larceny plus cunning. So once again, you took care of yourself there. You were able to deduce that yes, in fact, there were some kind of chalk marks in here that have been removed. Also, a spot of wax here and there under the rugs. You wonder if it's the same in the other murder.
I look towards our spiritualist, and
You spin around to look at your spiritualist, who's looking left and right down the hallway like, I'm missing something. You look at the empty couch where the lady was, and you're like, yep.
What?
my good man, what happened to our hostess?
I'm sorry. Was I
I was paying attention to the room.
in which she was, correct?
Yes, and you were supposed to
No.
pay attention to... No?
She fainted into a chair in the hallway.
Oh, sorry.
That was the thing out of the room you didn't get enough successes to notice.
Oh, got it. Okay. Did not see her. She was in the room. I was attempting to find more clues.
And at that time, you hear a thump, thump, thump coming up the stairs, and here comes Victor, with this guy just like draped over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes. And he looks at the chair and says, "Where'd our hostess go?" Drops the body in the hallway.
She seems
Gently,
to
I
have
assume.
vanished.
Not an asshole.
Aye, where's the lass? What did you do with her?
While I was checking out the room, our good man over here lost her.
How did you lose her?
She obviously got up and went somewhere.
Well, I think obviously she's the murderer because she's not here. She escaped the scene.
No,
That seems like a bit of a leap.
from the room it looks like there were actually two. A man and a woman. Of a bit
This
of
man-
a heavier gait than our hostess.
She owns the mansion, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
I go, perhaps I can sense where she's gone. And I go over to the chair, and I will put my hand to it, and I will attempt to Voices of the Past, Lillian.
Okay. Give me integrity plus resolve. Unless you absolutely
Integrity.
suck at integrity, then I'll let you substitute.
No, integrity is perfectly fine.
I don't believe you.
So my ears interpreted that as horribly fine.
Kind of. I don't have anything, like, no skill is like really good, but I've got like 2s and a lot of skills. You says that you think she is the killer, but I will seek only the truth, no matter what it takes me. And that is one of my quips.
Vote.
Seems well timed.
Yeah.
It was seamless.
Didn't even know it was
Plus
a quip.
1 roll to die to the roll.
Yeah. 4 successes.
This was a hard thing to notice. You needed 3. You have 1 enhancement that you can carry over to something.
Yeah.
You touch the
alright.
chair and you see you're confused because it's from the point of view of the object. Chair moves and you're like,
Oh no! Oh god! Oh no!
because the chair moves, but the chair doesn't move. And then you're like, wait, I have solved it! And he reaches down underneath the chair and flips a little leather that makes a very faint click you both missed. The chair spins around into the wall as the wall turns.
Yeah.
Secret compartment! And another identical chair comes spinning out with the lady still passed out in it. He fell in the chair and activated it.
Very interesting.
It would appear this house holds many secrets, both supernatural and mechanical.
Are there any of these like funny switches in the servant rooms?
Well, we could always just use this one and see if there's any more.
Lawrence, you're having a horrible nightmare and you wake up from it screaming, but once you actually come to, you won't remember a thing about it except that it was terrible.
Oh, my servants, where are they?
She slaps.
I need them now.
She slaps the crap out of Walter right in the face.
Fraulein, are you with us?
Yes, I had the most horrible nightmare that I don't recall, but I know it was the worst I've ever had ever in the history of forever.
Putting on your own shoes must have been awful.
Yeah, terrible. Those poor people do every day.
No, it wasn't shoes. I'm sure it was stockings.
So now that I have solved the mystery of the missing Fraulein, Detective, what
I
have
was
you
missing?
found? You in Dreamland. We woke you up. It's just a turn of phrase. It's Germans to English is a little weird sometimes.
Yes,
I'd like
yes,
to look
you
at the
are
body.
rather
You realize one thing though from touching the chair, Walter.
Oh.
You definitely need to conduct a seance to gather more information.
Oh, yes. We will perform the seance. But I'm curious as to what the detective found in the room.
Well, you see, it's apparent that this was done by a couple of people at minimum. I just go over and explain.
Multiple spirits, you say?
No, no.
We call them undead.
Humans that walk. You know, like you and I.
Perhaps the ghosts were wearing shoes. How are you to know?
This is true.
Ghosts don't have feet?
That is a
Actually,
misconception.
Some do. I'm with the doctor on this one. Some do.
Common misconception?
It's really common. I wouldn't say it's common, but some ghosts are known to wear shoes. Like not real shoes, but ghostly shoes. I've seen it.
Would they leave heavy imprints?
No.
Perhaps.
Maybe. Anyway, I would like to look over the body, see if some sort of monster has attacked it.
I have something I should take care of in the other room while you do that. I will hope to see you all in the dining room when you are done.
I shan't be able to look at the body. I might faint again.
It's right here. Please,
do any of you catch her?
Please tell me. No.
I will try and catch her this time.
You catch her, detective, before she hits the ground. You escort her to the dining room, detective?
Yes. Like a
Yes.
proper English gentleman.
Vincent, do you follow them to the dining room? You leave the
No, I
body
wanna
in
look
the
at the-
hallway.
I want to look at this body first.
In the hallway, or are you going to put it back in the room? Or somewhere else in the house?
I mean, he's kind of a No, he wouldn't put it back in the room. That just seems like a lot of unnecessary work. So he would just examine the body in the hallway, see if it looks like any.
Leave it in the middle of the hallway. You all have to go back and forth through to get to your rooms, or are you gonna just I don't know, prop it against the wall? What's your plan here?
I mean, I'm
Hold
a hunter.
it up and put it in a closet.
This is like a Tuesday for me, like dead bodies, whatever. So we're gonna kill this thing tonight, and I'm gonna leave. That's it. So,
What are you doing with this dead body?
I'm examining it in the hallway, and I'm gonna leave it there because I don't care. It's not my house.
What are you looking for besides what we already gave to Giles?
Like supernatural, like to have a scene, like zombification or something. Like I don't know,
Zombification,
hunters type stuff. Like, is there some sort of is a monster involved? Is something unnatural about the way that this person died? You said their back blew out.
Something with a massive amount of heat hit them from the front and caused a horrible burn that went all the way through their body.
So
remember Jesse the body in Predator? Boom.
No. Not yet.
Really? Okay, so like
this is not something this character would be familiar with, but the captain would in the modern era. Too bad he's not here.
Oh, that's a shame. All right. He's still gonna
You can
look
try
at
an
it
intellect
anyway.
plus technology roll, or well, no, intellect plus science roll.
Intellect plus science. Oh wow. How did I not have science? Look at that. One success.
It's definitely a burn mark. It's not caused by fire, though. That's all you get for one.
Huh.
What burns?
It
but
also
isn't fire?
kind of looks like an impact.
Okay. Oh, you know what? He's gonna put the body in the chair and flip the switch.
That's perfect, actually. Holy crap! That's like exact.
Wow.
But
Okay.
not before putting a stake through its heart, just in case.
Whoa!
You put the body in the chair.
Whoa.
You pound the stake into the heart. You push the
Mhm.
button, and then you stand up and stretch. And you see the professor standing there, just staring at you, like. And he turns and heads to the seance.
Had to be sure. You don't live the life that I live. I've seen things.
And then you realize that's the
Wait.
professor, who's really good at science.
Oh, I work somewhere between justice and vengeance.
You gonna try to stop him and ask for his advice? He's an NPC, but he can still help you.
Yeah, I'll talk to him. Be like, lad, what do you think of this? What's your take?
You are friends with him. Remember, he's the one who introduced you to the lady.
Right, he still just doesn't refer to anybody by name, really.
He looks at the empty chair and says, "You mean the body you put in the closet or in the secret passage in the hallway?"
Just kind of sits there quietly. Just
I don't know. Maybe bring it back out.
click.
The body spins back around.
Yeah.
He looks at the burn you're pointing at. He looks at the stake in the middle of the burn. Sighs. Yanks the stake out. You both get splattered.
I'd like to take that back.
And then he
please.
begins to examine the burn. He hands you the stake.
Wipes it off on his.
This is an electrical burn, almost as if he had been struck by lightning, but from a perpendicular angle. I'm sorry, from a horizontal angle. This makes no sense.
Sciencey. All right. Good call, lad. Perhaps we should put the body back in the secret place so that nobody is bothered by it.
As the guy who's not there to actually be in this scene, maybe he was laying down when the lightning struck him.
Suddenly,
Oh yeah.
would you
Kinda
like to
look
pay a
back-
rewrite to enter the scene?
No. Yeah. Yes, but not to
Yep,
say
three.
that. Does anyone mind if I
Suddenly-
use one?
No, it's fine.
Go ahead.
Not to
Suddenly,
participate.
Walter is in the scene.
Excuse me. It's time for the seance. If you would please hurry and stop playing with the dead body.
You know, you're really concerned, lad, about... No, nobody seems really concerned that we have a dead body.
All answers will be revealed with the seance.
Okay. That
Come,
makes
come.
all
come.
the sense in the world. Yes.
Also, was that man laying on the ground and struck by lightning?
Professor
back in
says, no. It definitely came from a horizontal angle. Had he been struck on the ground, then the bolt would have discharged into the ground and not caused such horrendous damage to his back.
So it was ghost lightning.
Now you're just... Victor looks back in the room and, like, is there any scorch marks on the wall? Anything that, like, would indicate that?
But the seance...
You could go in and check, which would require a roll of enigmas plus intellect.
Enigmas plus intellect. Not my best, but... one success.
You find what you're pretty sure is a scorch mark and a big smear of blood on the wall.
In, like, looking back...
You can't tell, anything else from that, but the blood is smeared here and there's a burn mark behind it on the wall.
If you stand against the wall where the scorch mark is and look the other way, where does that point to?
You're not sure. You'd have to get right up on it and lean into the wall.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Doc, the spirits are always going
Go ahead,
to be
Walter.
there, lad.
No, I'm literally in the doorway doing this. Like, but...
okay.
But...
1 second, Doc.
So, you lean on the wall and you figure out the exact angle of trajectory. And you determine that the man was standing in the middle-ish of the room when it happened. Doesn't really tell you anything. So you stand up from the wall and Walter looks at your back. Walter sees that the blood was in the shape of a pentagram.
Gasp! Is it a standard issue pentagram?
Yes.
Vincent. You should leave the room immediately.
All right.
Oh, what foul sorcery is this?
Lightning begins to rumble in the distance and it immediately starts raining when you find the pentagram.
Can I do my quip of what foul sorcery is this? A lightning bolt hits and we immediately edit back to the seance table and the seance is beginning?
Yes. Hold on. Time for a right bump up. Okay, deliver your line.
So what foul sorcery is this?
And the scene changes.
Please, everyone, take hands across the table, and we shall commune with the spirits. Two things
Please
here.
describe the seance and all of its overly unnecessarily dramatic setup, please.
Perfect. So I have my full kit set up. So all the appropriate table dressings, table skirts dressed over, my spirit board in the middle of everybody with candles in the appropriate positions around everyone, casting just that perfect flickering shadow across everyone's face. There are accoutrements set up all around the room in very specific things, so everyone has a specific item behind them when the shot cuts to them that reminds everyone that we're in the middle of the seance. There's like skulls and things like set around for voices to come out of. Different little pieces.
We need to know how big around and how tall the black candles are and how overly melted.
Oh, so
even though they've never been used.
Right. Well, so that's the thing. So there's actually a pretty there's a spectrum of black candle usage in this new set of candles. One is perfectly pristine and just being lit for the first time and is at full length and girth. While another one,
we're all 12 here, ladies and gentlemen.
The other one having these gloves are not great. Seriously.
Are the gloves too girthy?
A little too girthy. No. So another one is burned like halfway down and dripping down the candle holder, and it has that perfect drip pattern that's just like creepy enough that the wax is like falling down, but just not cracked or broken, and just there. And there's just different usage of candles, but they're all like perfectly camera ready. The other thing that I did want to do before the seance begins is I actually did want to use one of my tropes, but this would have been in private while I was preparing to break the veil to the other side. I sat everyone down at the table and I was like, I need just but a minute to mentally prepare myself for the strains that will come. I step into the other room and I do the trope sacred text. And I flip through my sacred text. I possess an ancient text covered in accounts of dozens of languages. Once per story, you may name one monster, and the director allows you to read the text and discover something new about this type of creature. I would like to do the shadow monster that I saw kill the initial servant, and I like to find out something we do not know about this creature.
I'll give that to you as part of the seance.
So that's kind of what I wanted to do. Is I wanted to have the information as Walter before the seance begins, and then as the seance is going, it comes to me, and then we'll see how the seance actually goes in regard to actually summoning something.
It's not a monster. So I'm still going to give you something.
Okay.
But not until the seance begins. You need the spirit's help.
Okay, perfect.
It is a monster, but it's also not.
Okay, so yes, we sit down with all of our skulls and spirit boards and black candles and black tablecloths. We take hands, and I will start reading from my sacred text that is now on the table in a mixture of Greek and Latin and other languages that sound creepy when you say them in the right tone of voice.
The candles all go out, but then flare into life as blue flame. It shoots way up into the air, but doesn't set the fire. Almost as if there's a jet of fuel underneath each.
We call to you, O spirits, come to us. The light from which these candles are your beacon to us. Come, give us the answers to our questions. Who haunts this manor? Who harms these people?
Help us!
Help us, help you, O spirit. How can we help you?
And who has ruined my upholstery?
Free us.
Freons?
Free us.
Free ons, free awnings, free us. Free us. The spirits ask us to free them. Yes. No, it is not a deal on awnings. No. Okay. Where are you trapped, O spirits? What binds you to this manor? What are the metaphorical chains that we may break?
They won't let us.
I will let you leave. You can leave right now.
The owner of the house, who has rightful possession, declares you may leave.
Please, and with haste.
If you cannot speak the name, use the board. Spell it out. Tell us what we may do.
She does not own this house. They do.
Do we all hear this stuff going on?
Suddenly, dramatic studio lighting on the giant floor-to-ceiling mirror that just happens to be in this room behind you.
Ah!
You look back and it's full of fog and mist. And out of the fog and mist coalesce dozens of faces, all in various forms of undead, having been horribly murdered and screaming in agony.
The spirits of the house damned.
We call them undead.
There's way more than 2. There's 13. Voices get louder. Save us. Then they get mad. Save us! Everything starts shaking.
Spirits, we will do everything we can to help you and free you from this trap. We call to you in favor. Everyone, plead your allegiance to the spirits. Let them know you are friend and not foe. Everyone.
I lead you to the spirits.
I'll stab whatever is keeping you here.
Drop a quiet, detective.
I will help whomever is in need.
We are friends, spirits. You have heard it from each of us.
Well, acquaintances.
See the truth. And the mirror changes, and it's that servant's room.
Huh.
And it's you guys entering in, but to the spirits, the lights don't go out. Creature that lurches out of the darkness, not a ghost. It's a woman dressed all in black, with a crazed expression on her face, and weird symbols carved into the flesh of her cheeks. Her fingernails are long and sharp, dripping with some kind of ichor, and she's covered in satanic symbols. She leaps out the window. And then the scene switches to the room of the murder, and you see a gentleman in the most amazing flowing cape ever. It somehow doesn't get in his way. Also draped in layers of black, with satanic symbols on his clothes in crimson red fabric.
What?
And as he struggles with the man, the woman stabs him from behind, and then the man pushes the victim away, and a lightning bolt leaps out of the man's hand and hits the poor victim, splattering blood on the wall in the shape of a pentagram. They laugh evilly. But then a horrible figure lurches out of the darkness of the shadow, something large and misshapen and covered in horns and spikes, and swipes at the spirits, who all scream at once as the mirror explodes.
Yeah.
My mirror! It's ruined!
Screams from the kitchen.
I
Quickly.
bolt to the kitchen.
Quickly to the kitchen.
You run into the kitchen, and the cook is in the corner cowering with a cast iron skillet. Another servant is trying to comfort the cook, and the cook is screaming about the evil little imps with wings jumping around, wrecking everything. There's demons in this house.
Demons, you say? What did they look like?
We'll pay you so much more to stay. I can't lose another servant.
Where did they go?
Walter, I would like you to make an integrity plus resolve.
Okay.
A single eligible, lovely Victorian female can only do so much on her own.
6
Walter whips around and
successes.
says, Walter whips around and says, and you can carry the 4 extra bonus enhancements in the next phase, even though it won't be Walter. Carry it over anyways.
Okay.
And says, "We did not end the seance properly or close the board." And that's when the dining room doors slam shut with an echoing boom. The echoing laughter comes all through the house. As the house comes alive with lights and slamming doors and sounds and spells, we dramatically transition to the modern era.
Ooh, that's on me, guys. That's my bad.
Freaking mediums.
Yeah, now we're gonna die and it's all your fault.
Yep.
Yeah.
Switching effects and background imagery.
Ew.
And then the camera fades to black and fades back in on our modern era. Oh, gotta switch names. Hold on.
Yes, let me switch my character sheet.
Okay, High Hilton, Leslie Fry, Lillian, and Luther. Good to go. Excellent. Down the music a little bit. Okay. In this scene, Lillian is on her way to the house. You're excited, Lillian. Your car's all packed up. It's going to be an awesome week. You're going to help a lot of people. Going to make lots of brownie points with the professor. And you know that you're going to be the first one there because you're going to arrive bright and early, 2 hours before the professor said anyone should arrive. You're going to be so impressed with your diligence and drive. Pull into the driveway and through the not at all terrifying wrought iron looming gates with gargoyles and ravens carved into them. The not at all looming dramatically over the car hedgerow driveway. The not at all house looming dramatically down on the car with like eyes. You see that there's already 4 cars here.
What?
You done messed up.
How can
Time
this
change
be?
always gets you.
I am always early. I have failed my professor.
Strange. You park your car. And you shrug and you're like, well, I guess I got time to go through my mail. You picked up your mail before you got in the car, but you just tossed it in the passenger seat. There's a mysterious letter here with no markings on it or return address. Just plain black envelope.
I open said envelope.
Lillian, when you arrive at the house, trust no one. Make sure you use room 7, a friend. Very exotic, old-style handwriting.
A friend?
Handwritten almost like calligraphy.
I have no time for friends. I'm in college.
This is still the 70s.
Said every college student ever.
Right, exactly.
Perhaps it is a secret admirer. I am, after all, French.
There is some kind of perfume coming off of the letter. When you smell it, you feel connected to it. It makes you feel very nostalgic. Don't know why. You don't know what the scent is.
Perhaps I shall keep this with me in my handbag.
Alright. Gonna go in the house?
Yeah. Let's do this.
You are Florence in the 70s, right?
Lillian.
Oh,
Lillian. Florence is Victorian.
So you're the only. Okay, got it. Okay, you're the one with the names flipped. Okay,
My bad.
it's okay.
You arrive inside the house in time to see that the professor is there with some other stuff. And it looks like they've been here long enough to be unpacked and set up a bunch of stuff. No one told you about this. The professor says, Lillian, you're here. Come in, come in. Why don't you go ahead
Professor-
and pick out a room and get unpacked, and then you can give us a hand.
Professor, is room number 7 taken?
I believe so. Why?
I thought perhaps it is my favorite number as of today. I change my numbers every day. It is very what is the word? Groovy.
He looks at one of his other assistants that's got the bell-bottomy as bell-bottoms, even though it's a brand new concept. He looks at another student, literally wearing a Flower Child shirt. He looks at you and says, "Sure, why not? Let's buy that for $1."
Merci, Professor.
You
How
notice
come
as you look around that all of the rooms are laid out already, too, like immaculately set up a certain.
everything is done so early? I thought I would be early.
Oh, yes. Well, couldn't sleep last night. Neither could Charles or Ruben, so we thought we'd get a head start.
Ah, I see. Will this impact my
Once you
grade?
do, though, go ahead and get unpacked and you can come help us.
Oui, Professor. I will take my things up to my room.
You easily find room 7. The hallway. And there's like room 1, and then room 2, and then room 3, almost like a hotel. Evens and odds on different sides. And rooms 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, 6, and 8 all have identical brown, very old-timey carven oaken doors. Room 7's door, though, is a crimson red color, and it's some kind of cherry wood, and there's weird screaming faces carved into it. It's fine.
This is terrifying. Who would be my friend and suggest this room with this door? I knock on the door just in case someone's in there.
It makes a strangely deep bass thump, but nobody answers. So instead of knock, 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 it's knock, knock, knock.
Is it drawn out like that too?
Yes.
Like if I knock on it, does it last longer than the actual knock itself?
Just long enough to notice. Like a millisecond.
Amazing.
I suppose no one
Okay.
is in the room. I shall go inside the room.
You grab the handle and turn it, and it's firmly locked, but then suddenly it's not, as it like responds to your hand and unlocks. Must just been stuck.
That tracks.
It swings open with the most epic of 60s creaks.
You're welcome.
The window curtains are open, and when you walk in the room, you're expecting dark and terrifying, but it's actually well lit and a little cozy, even though everything is strange shades of red. Black. If you're a goth kid, you'd love it.
It is not perfect, but it is quite lovely.
Hints of that smell of that
Strange.
perfume, too. It makes you immediately feel comfortable.
Perhaps it is not so bad. Just
Want to look around
the
your new room?
door. Yes.
Go ahead and roll integrity plus resolve. Is what you're paying attention. Because you're off put and everything is disconcerting to you.
Highly disconcerting. 1 success.
It's a very nice bed. Very nice boudoir and dresser, and a very nice walk-in closet. Everything is very, very nice in here. Also, on the dresser, box. Got your name on it in that same flowing handwriting.
How curious. I'm gonna open the box. What could go wrong?
There's an exotic, strange-looking knife in here. Like, the blade is tapered to a very fine tip, and it's got markings all over it, some kind of tribal markings up and down the blade that reflect light like they're silver. And the hilt is, instead of being solid, it's like strips of metal that twine through each other, almost like in a helix. Like the Vorpal sword.
Ooh.
And also, a handgun, a revolver, loaded with 6 bullets, and a note in that flowery handwriting.
What does it say?
It says, "The professor is not what he seems to be. Do not play your hand yet and reveal that you've been warned. Stay vigilant. We will protect you."
It is quite strange, but... Well, what the professor doesn't know could not hurt him. And he does look at me quite strangely.
Sure. When he remembers to look you in the eye at all. The camera fades away from Lillian unpacking in her room, looking at the gun nervously. The camera zooms in on Leslie. So what did you pack, Leslie? Tell us about how you packed for your week-long trip to Crazy Town. I mean, sleep study.
So I packed my work tools, obviously, in their own special bag, that is locked and has a combination to open. And other than that, I just threw a couple of shirts, maybe a pair of pants, pack light, travel light. So yeah, really honestly not a whole lot. Just make sure that I have my tools with me so I can do my work. And just a couple of cool, hip, groovy, expensive, a few pieces of clothing, not many, but they are expensive. Like they are very nice designer shirts, all the hippest, grooviest fashions.
You walk in the door.
If I can,
Oh,
I would
sorry,
like
continue.
I would like to pull up into the house in a 1971 Ford Mustang Mach 1, as seen driven by James Bond in Diamonds Are Forever.
The people watching the movie stop and blink. They pick up the VHS cassette because they're watching this in the 80s. They look at it, and it says that this film was released in 1969. They shrug and carry on.
You said this was the 70s, so I was trying to look for an early 70s Bond car.
That's what I wanted you to do.
Perfect.
Terrible editing.
Loved it. I love it. It's great. So Leslie pulls up, driving all cool, 70s hair blowing. As the windows are down. There's a girl in the passenger seat as he pulls up, and he's like, "Stay here for a second, baby. Just gotta check in really quick."
You walk into the house,
In
in the front room you see a college student who looks like an average British college student of the era. But standing next to him is the professor, and for everyone watching the show, if you don't know who this is, please immediately Google Doctor Who 1960s Master. That's what he looks like.
That's what he looks like?
He's about 5'11", and he's very thin and wiry. He has the most untrustworthy, shifty eyes you've ever seen. Hair is jet black and slicked back, and he has the most triangular villain mustache and beard you've ever seen. Solid black. Welcome, Mr. Fry.
Professor?
He walks right up to you and shakes your hand. Strangely greasy but firm handshake.
Oh, Professor. Oh, I can tell this is. Oh. There's a lot happening. You've been here for. Wow. It's even hard to tell. It feels like you've been here for so long, but you actually haven't been here for that long. You've just done so much work in such a short amount of time. All that energy is just radiating off of you. I can feel it from everybody in the room. Oh, the levels of stress, but excitement and work here. It's just overwhelming. Oh, please. I'm sorry. Oh. Oh, I can't wait to get a good night's sleep.
The professor and the student exchange a look. An obvious, eye on this guy look, but you don't notice at all.
No. Which one's my room?
Yes. Room number 8 will be yours.
Room
Welcome.
number 8. Perfect.
Get
Great.
unpacked and come down for dinner. We'll all
Great,
get
yeah,
to
no,
meet each other.
Oh, that's great. I can't wait to meet everybody, really, communicate. I'm a great communicator, and I'm just excited to meet all the other participants in the study and just really bond with some good people. And again, get that good night's sleep. It just been eluding me. I brought a assistant with me, just to make sure I stay on schedule. And
He leans over around you and looks out the door. Oh, looks like she
Yeah.
caught a taxi.
What? Saffron? No. What? Oh.
You turn around and run to the door. Your car is empty. The door is hanging open. Torn piece of her dress is stuck on the metal. And there is a taxi almost to the end of the driveway. You can't see who's inside of it. It's too far away.
Huh.
So she's dead.
Can't say that's the first time that's happened. Huh. Okay. I'm just gonna go get my bags then, and I guess start planning to get a new secretary. Assistant. I'm just gonna go
Absolutely.
get my bags. Professor, students.
The scene changes to you in room number 8, which is a normal room, although it does show you walking past room number Lillian, and you look
7.
at the door and you're like, huh. And
That's
the spirits actually are shouting at you, but you're ignoring them because you're mad about losing.
Quiet, you. None of your shenanigans this weekend.
The audience sees screaming faces actually turn and watch you.
One of them blows a raspberry because it's just really annoyed.
So, scene then changes to you unpacking, and you look surprised as your shattered Ouija board from our opening scene neatly packed away, even though you didn't bring it and it was broken yesterday.
You were the one thing I didn't pack. No, wait. I did get a new one, didn't I? I must have. Saffron got this for me. Oh. You're so sweet. So sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Saffron. Okay. And so I pull out the spirit board. I look underneath it. And I'm like, well, I'll have to get you prepped for later. And I pull out the other materials that would go with my act, including the different metal pieces I would put underneath the spirit board, magnets, wiring.
As you're digging through the bag,
a little
pulling
tiny,
things out.
a for the time, little tape recorder.
Answering machine.
Right, and I press play, and you hear woo, woo,
but staticky
ghosts. Yeah. So,
as you're knee deep, as you're elbow deep in your bag pulling things out,
and
you hear a scratching
spoons.
noise, like
50 spoons,
like a wood on wood scratching noise. And you whip around because that's like what the planchette sounds like on the board, but it's not moving. It's stuck in one particular place on the board. Must be rats. And you pay no attention to the fact that the place the planchette stopped on was your board has a smiling angel on the right and a leering devil on the left and stopped on it.
It's fine. I don't like rodents. Perhaps I can get it. Do I still have enough from Carson for an exterminator? If only Saffron was here to tell me how much I still had in the bank. I'll make it. I'll survive. It's fine. And I'll pull out the rest of my stuff.
Camera fades out on you unpacking. Yes. The camera zooms in on Okay, wow. Still haven't changed your name, Sean. Everyone watching thinks your name is High Hilton.
No,
Moving on.
I'm leaving
Luther.
it. It's done. It's done.
It is
it's
now.
high.
Now it's canon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the whole ride here to this house, Luther, you are convinced you've been followed, shadowed. Various cars, but every time you tried to double back or catch them, they would disappear or fade away. At one point, you even got out, took a bus, and you thought a person was shadowing you, but when you went to confront them, they weren't there. Like they melt into the shadows every time you were about to catch them. Feeling real fidgety.
I really need to get some sleep. I hate saying it, but she was right. I think it's finally getting to me.
You arrive at the house and you're standing outside looking around. You catch someone watching you out of the corner of your eye. You whip around, and yeah, there's a college student lounging on the porch in front of the house smoking her joint. Oh, hey man, what's up?
This is the sleep study, right?
Totally, man. Want a hit?
No, thanks.
Alright, good luck, man.
I look behind me again, just to check the entrance.
He's still there.
I continue in.
Hail Satan.
What?
You turn around, he's not there anymore.
Maybe I accidentally got some of that weed and didn't know it.
You head into the house
Anyway.
and you meet Supervillain Professor Face. He immediately walks up to you and dramatically shakes your hand and welcomes you. This time there's a female assistant. Covered in hippie jewelry. I think it's hippie jewelry. The low-cut dress makes her distracting.
Oh yes, the hippie. What? Sorry, I need some sleep.
Remember, you have a fiancé, sir.
Fiance is not my wife yet.
Wow. Well,
Just
that's
from down the hall
established
down the hall from roommate. Here, good sir.
Once you're in the house and you're shaking hands with the professor and looking around at the rooms, it's a big open area that shows several open rooms. Please make a larceny plus cunning roll.
Alright. With a botch! What is up with me doing 7 and 8 dice botches?
Plus 2 dice to the rewrite pool. Or no.
Just ducky, I
We're in the
guess.
70s. We're in the 70s. Plus 2 rewrites to you.
Ah, yes.
Okay. You don't notice anything. You thought for a second you noticed something weird. But you don't. And when they see you staring in the rooms, the people that are in the rooms glare at you and shut the doors. Professor says, "Oh, don't mind them. They're just
I'm sorry, what? I was drifting.
Yeah, it looks like
yes.
you had a long day."
Sleep study. You guys didn't happen to have anybody checking in on us, did you?
He looks at you. Roll empathy. Let's resolve.
Two successes.
Checking in on you. You mean like following you? No, that'd be weird. He's lying.
Yes, that
Why would we
be
do
rather
that?
strange.
It's a sleep study.
That would be very strange. You're right. I'm just obviously very tired, and I will have to admit my fiance was right to send me here.
Says, here's your
Loath
key.
to admit.
Room number 3. You can follow these
thank
gentlemen.
you.
They're here for the study also. You see 2 other people stand up from the couch, both wearing identical black, strangely robe-like attire with hoods. They look at you with strangely identical supervillain beards and say, "Yes, this way. Head up the stairs."
Yes, certainly, and I follow. As I double check to make sure that I did grab my gun, right?
Larceny plus resolve in the hallway upstairs.
Three successes.
That's better. No extras on that, but when you're passing one of the windows, you notice a wire sticking out of the curtain. You're pretty sure that wire goes up and into the ceiling. Why would the house be wired? One of the dudes in the not cloaks and robes closes the curtains and says, too much sunlight for me, and the wire disappears.
Yeah, it is rather bright for a sleep study. Where's my room again?
You arrive in...
Yeah.
You find room number 3. You don't see room number 7. Room number Lillian.
Room number that's too far away for me to pay attention.
You head into your room and begin to unpack as the camera fades out. Hi! Hi.
Yeah, that's my name. Hi.
Is he a high Hilton? Or just a high Hilton?
No, he's High Hilton.
He's High Hugh Hilton. High Hugh Hilton. Say that 5 times fast.
Don't.
As you're driving, you're almost veer right off the road, High, as you
No, he
glance
probably would
over
have
and
taken a
suddenly
taxi.
the taxi
Is he
almost
on a
veers
car?
off the road because of your
Okay.
screaming. When you glance over at some point, after taking your 15th pull from the whiskey bottle that you brought with you, and you see the ghostly outline of a person you recognize, a dead fellow merchant marine lost to the sea during a bad storm many, many years ago that you were once close to. He's sitting there in the car, his dead ghost like Marley just staring at you.
Oh.
Cab driver is like, bloody hell, sir! What are you screaming at? It's just you back there.
Thinking about old friends, kind of gives a graven stare to Marley over there.
Yeah, okay. He turns up the radio.
Why are you here?
Here to warn you of danger. You
Look,
are in danger.
Is the cab driver... Did his license get suspended or something?
From the house. And the evil woman.
So, like, he had a really good attitude about this. Like, he didn't pack as much whiskey. He really thought that this was going to help him. He was really looking forward to this. And he's just like, literally everything just seeps out of him. He checks his bag. He's like, machete, 2 bottles of beer, a broken table leg.
You also
pair of
realize
socks.
this is the first time you've ever bought this whiskey. It's the cheapest thing you can find at that roadside gas station. You don't go to Wales much. Wales whiskey? Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe. All right.
Wales whiskey.
Do they even have
Not
it?
Totally a
not-
thing.
Not Welsh
Yeah.
whiskey, Wales whiskey.
It's that
Not Welsh
cheap,
bourbon.
Steve. It's
Wales
just
whiskey.
cheap. It's Wales whiskey, but it's like
Wales
it's got like
That's the actual label name.
right, but it's got
Queen's
like
whiskey.
it's a play on words. So like the little caricature is a whale, but it's Wales, and then yeah, it's real bad. Somebody's
And it's a
somebody
picture of a
selling some
whisk next
shitty
to it.
liquor.
And
Uh-huh.
it's made in Norway.
Oh, that's so kind of look at it and go, I mean, damn.
Leans right over, gets in your face. Terrible danger! And then just
Yeah. I got it. All right. I brought the chair leg. It's fine. And a map of the area that I just happen to have. Because, all right, look, I got it. Danger. What's the woman look like?
he's gone.
That's not helpful. All right. Drink.
You finally arrive at the house. You walk in.
Can he have that moment where he stares up at the creepy looking house and just like, it's gonna be a meat pie day.
The same kid is on the porch smoking the reefer, and he says hi to you also. And as you walk into bed after a surly hello, he also says, a good afternoon and hail Satan, sir. But you have no idea what he said because the Welsh accent. You just carry on.
Yeah, great day to you too. Yeah.
So, you head in the house, and supervillain Professor enthusiastically greets you like everyone else. This time he has the male student and the female standing on either side of him.
I don't mean to be rude. I'm possibly a little inebriated. But has anybody told you just look untrustworthy?
He laughs and claps you on the back and says, Don't
Please
worry
don't
about
do
it.
that.
Go ahead and take a nap, and we'll wake you for dinner. Here, why don't I have student X and student Y guide you to your room?
You know what? Just
You won't remember their names till later.
I'll find my way. I'll find my way. I'll find my own way.
They tell you, oh no, we'll help you. And they immediately latch onto you from the left and right, and they are very touchy-feely and giggly.
This is
The girl's like, you have such merchant marine muscles. The boy's like, absolutely he does.
that's a weird way of describing muscles, but also, how did you know I was, you know what? It doesn't matter. All right.
They hit on you the whole way and are willing to nap with you.
You know what?
Whoa, this went places quickly.
I'm not
Either or
in the
both?
sleeping. Could you just? I'm a very, very private person. If you could just sort of like get the hell out.
They tell you the offer remains open.
That's great.
Make a larceny plus resolve roll. High difficulty because you are drunk.
He's a functional drunk.
Not with Welsh whiskey. Not with Welsh
That's
whiskey.
true.
Not with Wales whiskey from Norway purchased in Wales. But it's not
That's
Welsh.
some bad shit.
Made with 100% real whales.
Do I have any? That's not how whiskey. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
It tastes like ambergris.
You said I had
Wow.
three in the pool, 3 in the dice pool.
There's actually 4
In my pool?
carryovers. Wait, was that you? Yeah.
No, did I get carryovers?
Who got the enhancements? Somebody carried them. Oh, that was Steve.
Yeah,
He got
Steve and
carried,
I.
not you. There
So,
are
but I have-
4. There, you do have your 3 personal rewrites. Yes.
Okay. Oh shit! I wanted to roll. All right, 1 success. I was hoping to roll an extra, but cool.
You know they took something, but you don't know what it is. You'll have to figure that out later. You're way too drunk. The room is spinning.
I don't want to be that drunk.
No, you don't, and you didn't think you were. But who has time to worry about that when you need to lay down?
I don't want to lay down in this room. I feel uncomfortable.
Spend a rewrite die to sober up. Spend a rewrite die, get yourself a cup of black coffee. and a stack of pancakes. That'll sober you up.
Can I spend
A line of cocaine, that'll wake you up.
You actually get to add 1 die to your rewrite pool because you can't spend a rewrite die to sober up because they drugged you, but you don't know that.
How did that happen?
They had their hands on you,
That's
all over you.
don't like this.
They can't
That
have
is-
you noticing what's going on in the next scene until it's too late, sir.
That is
And you're the only one
inappropriate.
who'd have noticed.
I feel like this is. I was. Yeah.
It was highly inappropriate. They do not understand personal space.
They don't like certain people. It's fine.
Right before you pass out, though, your room phone rings because apparently you have room phones.
Okay.
Do you answer it?
Yes, I kick it off the receiver and just sort of like lay my head up against it so that I'm talking, but it's like my head's rested in it. Hi.
In a terrible Irish accent I could not copy. Oi, Sean, my laddie. It's me, O'Malley. This is your priest contact. Your actual contact is.
My
He
name.
doesn't say Sean. He says hi.
No,
I got tired
he
of
knows.
saying hi, so I called you Sean.
My
He
name.
uses the actor's name instead of the character.
That's your secret real name.
No.
Nobody calls me Sean anymore. How did you know?
I've been having terrible omens, my boy.
Now I'm
Been
speaking
seeing
Irish.
terrible signs of black magic every time I think about you. You sure you're safe?
Probably not. I think somebody touched me. Maybe.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Follow my advice carefully. The first thing you
Uh-huh.
need to do is static dial tone.
Uh-huh. And then what? Uh-huh.
And then you pass out.
And then what?
The scene changes to dinner where you're all at the dining room table digging into a very delicious dinner of I got nothing. What are you having? Narrate the scene.
Meatloaf.
I was gonna say haggis, but okay.
Not you. Anyone but you. Florence, Lillian, take it.
Bangers and mash something? I
Yeah,
don't know.
let's go for bangers and mash. That sounds good. Or a bridie, a good bridie, or
So
pasty.
a quick Google search for Welsh food brings back cawl, CAWL,
Quit making up words.
otherwise
It's
known
bangers
as
and mash, but they are serving Penderyn, which is an actual Welsh whiskey.
Okay, cool.
And coincidentally, the four of you are all sitting directly next to and across from each other, so it's easy for you to talk. Everyone else at the table is not at all weird and creepy. They're all weird and creepy.
Anybody else feel like there's
There
some
are a
weird
total of
creepy
There are a total of 5 other participants in the study, all of whom are shady and shifty and shit.
Like they are
Plus
obviously
the
shady.
professor and plus the professor and his 3 assistants. Mr. and Mrs. Far Too Touchy and this French girl.
Do
Ooh, hey, what's
any
up?
of them look like a woman?
What?
Feely
What?
Touchy. Feely Touchy, French girl, and one of the other female study participants.
Now, do they look young and look like girls, or do they
The
look
female
like
study participant looks
women?
like she's in her late 30s. But
Oh,
both of the
okay.
students are students. They're early 20s
Okay.
at best.
So who looks like the woman? Who's that?
All 3 of the women look like women, sir.
What
I
is
know.
happening
Also-
right now?
Because he
Also-
was told
also the
to
li-
beware
also the little
woman.
old-
So
Also,
he
the
would-
little old Welsh lady who's serving the food looks like.
Oh yeah, fuck that. He doesn't eat anything. He's just like no. No. The woman? No, she's probably going to try to poison me or something.
So, the Merchant Marine is the sexist now. Noted. Carry on.
No, that's not
Jesus.
true. That's really misconstruing things.
To clarify, Sean is not. His character apparently is.
No, he's worried about a woman because he was told to beware a woman. So he would.
His
he-
drunk
Of the
mind
4
is
ladies at the
worried.
table, the French lady and the woman serving the food look trustworthy. French lady
Oh.
just looks clueless, and the
Okay.
lady cooking the food looks scared of everyone except you.
I'm glad we cleared that up. Now I don't feel so sexist.
So it's one of the other two students. Or, I'm sorry, either the other student or the participant. Or a woman you haven't seen yet.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
No. Can I just swindle some people just to pass the time?
Roleplay it. Why don't you try to swindle French?
I'm sorry. Hi, ma'am. Hi. You said I'm sorry. You're not one of the participants, are you?
No, I'm not.
No. Hi, I'm Leslie. Hi.
We spoke on the phone before.
We did. I knew I recognized your energy.
You thought I had an appointment. You were terribly wrong, but it was all right.
No, correct. No, you should still make an appointment. I believe that if I do a full reading, I could really help you work through some of those things that were haunting you and looming over you. Hi, again, my name is Leslie Fry. I'm a mentalist extraordinaire. You've probably seen me on TV multiple times.
Are you French fry?
Am I French fry? No, I'm an American. Where
I am so sorry.
I'm where famous people come from.
Oh, famous people.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Means he's probably full of shit.
No. I've been on many television shows showing off and proving my extraordinary capabilities.
Oh,
probably
you've been on TV.
I've been on multiple television events and broadcasts going out to hundreds of thousands of homes.
Oh, I have never seen it.
Never seen a television?
No, I have never seen you on the television.
Oh. Well, them up on a maybe.
Absolutely,
there's literally no way to go back and watch television, though. Wait, what?
Everyone in the room murmurs, neither have I. Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
Including an American study participant.
No. That's okay. Obviously, you all are not connected with the cultural heartbeat going on.
Minorly famous in your area, then.
I've made multiple national appearances, but that's okay. It's perfectly fine.
Which nation?
Doesn't matter. So,
I beg your pardon.
Lillian, right? Lillian?
Oui.
It's a beautiful name, Lillian. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
I just wanted to. I'm picking up something from you. I'm picking up a word coming from you, and I'm thinking about thoughts that are coming through your mind, and it's something that you do a lot. I
think a lot.
I don't want to do a word force on her, and I just want to do that trick and pick out what word she's thinking of.
So, like, you want to try to do it for real?
No. I'm literally doing like a magician's trick.
Okay. Roll manipulation plus empathy.
Plus empathy. All right. Do I need to declare my enhancements before the roll?
Yes, if you only want to use some.
Okay.
You don't lose them if you fail to roll. They carry over to the next time.
Lillian, while I'm getting these words from you and I'm getting these thoughts and these energies, just please know that while I can use these gifts for something like this to see into your mind and see exactly what single word you're thinking of, I want you to focus on an individual word, the one word that means the most to you in this moment right now. And even though I can also do this, unfortunately, these visions, they also have sent me dreams of great evil. But if I can distract myself for just a moment. And that is one of my quips.
Votes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That carries +1.
And then I will pull the word out of her mind. With 4 successes.
Oh, yeah, he gets it right. Whatever the word was, he got it right. And the next one, because you're like, sure, let's try again.
Of course, there's no problem at all. I can reach out once again with the spirits, and they will inform me that you are thinking of marzipan.
And Saskatchewan.
What?
And I regale
Look,
the
you
table.
were trying to throw him off.
I regale the table with my my ability to do that, and play it off entirely as being able to read Lillian's mind, and eventually start, betting some of the students or anyone who wants to participate money, and just keep doing that trick and
C'est
guessing words.
magnifique.
Thank you, and try to make a little bit of money off these people with those 4 successes.
You make 20 quid.
Take it.
Okay. After you're done, the professor stands up, welcomes everyone to the study, and describes to you how it will work, medicine regimen, and the expected curfew time, and what you are and are not allowed to do during daytime hours. Basically, what parts of the house to stay away from. His room, his students' rooms, and the cellar. Otherwise, wander the house, enjoy yourselves. Here are when meals are, otherwise you're on your own. If you fall and impale yourself, we're not liable, neither is the college. Luck with that. And you have to take these pills in the morning and these pills in the evening. Questions?
Are we allowed to know what is in the pill? Or is this one of
He
those...
tells you
block
exactly what's in the
studies?
pills, and you blink and you have no idea.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right.
And then dessert is served with brandy.
Is it better than the whale's whiskey?
Oh, no, remember that you had actual Welsh scotch with dinner. You had, not scotch bourbon, you had Penderin, an actual classy Welsh bourbon.
Is that bottle
Single
anywhere?
malt whiskey. Good stuff.
Leslie
The
actually
brandy,
doesn't drink.
yes. The brandy is actual decent brandy.
Kind of takes his flask, pours it out, puts some,
However,
fills it with the brandy.
no, there is no however. It's apple and blackcurrant liquor, called Black
Alright.
Mountain Liqueur.
Nice. Leslie does not partake.
Again, an actual Welsh brandy.
Don Arnetto nailed it.
We have to make up for that terrible whiskey.
Yes.
People in Wales in general.
10 milligrams spooky wants a dream. Oh.
Bonus points go to Don Arnetto.
Don Arnetto nailed it, yes.
Absolutely. All right.
Lillian wants to kind of lean over to the professor and ask him, Professor, why is the cellar off limits?
Because that's where I'm keeping all of the stuff we can't have anyone messing with or touching. The experimental drug combinations, spare medical equipment, emergency supplies, you understand.
Oui. But I'm allowed in the cellar, yes?
Supervised, yes. Carl here. He's the professor's main scientific assistant in Unis.
Very well, Professor. Thank you for your trust.
Of course, my dear. I'm a trustworthy fellow. Look at my beard and mustache. Does anyone have any questions or comments for the professor or the other people before dinner ends?
So, you're all just a bunch of college students hanging out in a weird, creepy old house for a weekend, right?
There's only 3 college students. 8 study participants and the professor.
Oh, I see.
So there are other people other than us taking part in the study.
8 total, so 5 more that aren't PCs, yes.
Okay.
That are creepy.
All of which suspiciously
Wearing
look like
robes.
cultists.
Yeah.
Huh. Noted.
You all dressed the same just on coincidence?
They look
Looks
at each
like
other and they
their
look at you and
pajamas.
they're like, we're not dressed the same. He's wearing devil black, I'm wearing chocolate black, this is Hershey black. Like, don't you understand anything about fashion?
Devil black?
I look at my expensive shirt that's all wavy and groovy. I think I know a thing or two about fashion.
They all unbuckle their cloaks, and they're wearing the grooviest, most flower-ridden pants you've ever seen.
Huh.
I think the guy
Shouldn't cover those up.
We were!
You shouldn't cover those up.
Oh, sorry.
Huh.
So I'll kind of stand up and look around like, so who's getting groovy tonight?
They're all waiting
Anybody?
for you to define that statement. The
There is
professor
a
looks at you, takes a
curfew.
bite of an apple, and says, elaborate.
Just hanging out in an old creepy house, just seeing like what the plan is. We just all have to go
Professor.
lay in bed for the weekend, or are we like, hanging out?
Most of us have traveled a long way and done a lot of work today. Pretty tired. Tomorrow, though, I have evening entertainment plans. You'll love it.
Huh.
Is there
And-
something stuck in your throat? You like had a hand. Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Nah.
Professor, might I remind our participants that there is a curfew and there is no being too groovy. At least not late into the night.
Lillian, I'm getting another vision from the spirits beyond. They're telling me you need to let loose and have a groove session.
Could you
They say
not-
you've never gotten groovy before.
Could you not be a horn dog for like 5 minutes?
I got all the way through
Monsieur
dinner,
Fry.
sir.
Uh-huh.
All the way through dinner.
I'm quite
Outstanding.
groovy, if you'll notice my flower headband
It
and
is
my very chic vintage locket and
very
my
nice.
peasant top. Oui.
Miss, can I suggest you never be alone with this man?
Oh, certainly.
I resent that insinuation.
Uh-huh. You're
I
full
would
of
do
shit.
nothing improper, inappropriate.
Uh-huh.
I'm just seeing if anybody wanted to have a good time tonight, but I can tell and I can read the room.
Uh-huh. Oh, pun.
I'll take my leave.
Gonna
Good
miss
show.
that guy.
Leslie, you're the first to make it to your room. You come inside, and you don't know how it happened because we're behind you the whole time. But the male and female touchy-feely assistants are on your bed, and they're like, said something about groovy, and a record starts playing as the door shuts.
I'll step in as the door shuts.
Does it sound a little something like Bow Chicka Wow Wow? Or,
Suspiciously.
as I've heard before,
And
Brown
then-
Chicken Brown Cow?
And then our Cornetto flick definitely gets a little sexploitative as there's an unnecessarily long scene with Leslie and the two students. A lot of 70s skin. What do the rest of you do?
I would like to actually
A lot of skin and a
sneak
lot of
away.
unnecessary body hair.
I would like to sneak away because I'm oddly suspicious of the fact that they have wired this house. And they just seem a little, well, he lied to me about following me, and I'm already paranoid because I'm tired. So I want to sneak around the house. Specifically, since he said not to, I want to check out the cellar, if I can make it.
Leslie, before we deal with that, is there anything you wouldn't do with these Ruby College students? Besides, murder.
I mean, yeah, I'm probably not going to take place in any sort of ritualistic sacrifice.
Okay.
I mean, in regard to like, Leslie doesn't do drugs or drink.
There it is. Okay. They definitely want to get you high.
I pass. Nah, it's cool. I respect like if you want to and explore like the horizons and see beyond the veil, that's cool. I already can just by naturally, so I don't need assistance to get there, man. It's all cool. You enjoy. Just more for you.
In that case, you merely get laid. 3 times.
Oh, man. How unfortunate.
How would you like to try to sneak away? Either go in your room and wait and sneak out later.
I was actually
Something else?
thinking I would excuse myself to the bathroom towards the end of the meal, looking at downstairs, seeing if there was one down there. Well, first I'd ask,
Well, the
where
dining
is
room
the
is
bathroom?
downstairs. Yes, there
Okay.
is. There are two or at least 2 bathrooms in this wing of the downstairs.
I would excuse myself to the restroom and then sneak around from there, presuming that I'm not followed.
Right, that's the question. So you're going to need to do larceny plus manipulation first, and then larceny plus dex.
All right. 5 successes.
Good start.
larceny
You
with
needed 3 because they
manipulation.
are eyeballing. You have 2 carryover.
All right. And I got 2 on the next one.
At first, they wait for you to come out of the bathroom. Then you're like, "Oh God, was that lamb? Oh no!" And you make a bunch of terrible noises. And
Oh!
What?
could have left that to the imagination, sir. So
Could have, but didn't.
that's 4 on the second because you used your enhancements. Only needed 3, so that last one you can carry over to the next roll. You have 1 enhancement.
All right.
What
plus
you
the 2
discover
from
is that
earlier.
you can't find the entrance to the cellar until you discover that it's in the library. You're not able to get down there because there is someone in the library, and it's the professor. He comes out and says, "I think you're lost," and guides you away. Not before you're able to actually see the entrance to the cellar from the library. Which I'm getting.
It's not going to be weird and creepy at all, no.
So it's very weird and creepy. I can find where we put that.
I'm going to say it's either under W for weird or C for creepy.
Good guess, but no. There it is. Get a new copy. Okay. I will post it in chat for the viewers, and I will post it for Perfectly fine and normal.
Looks
Perfectly
like
fine and normal.
Yep, that's not a weird looking staircase at all.
That's what you see.
Not looking like a mouth that's gonna eat your face off or
Yeah.
anything.
No, that's normal. That's
Yeah.
perfectly normal.
That's it's good. It's
So
fine.
now here's the question: is this like, because the way it looks, is this like a second story that goes down into the cellar from there? Because that looks kind of like super stairs. Or is this just the way it goes from
The
into
library
cellar?
is a massive 2-story sprawling structure. So those stairs both go to the second story of the library and into the cellar.
Okay. Not creepy at all.
Mm-mm.
I'm not gonna have a nightmare if I manage to sleep.
Mhm.
What about you other two? What do you do? Head straight to your rooms or something else?
I'm gonna go to my room and inspect these gifts a little more.
Okay. What about you, Captain?
Captain is going to investigate his room because now he's paranoid.
Captain, please roll larceny plus cunning.
He's gonna like touch every fixture, check every drawer. Cunning versus larceny, you said? Yeah, okay.
Cunning versus larceny.
Come on.
You have 3 personal rewrites. Take narrative control of the scene for 1 rewrite.
Sure, I'll do that.
So tell us exactly how it is you botch, which by the way is 2 rewrites, Devin. Cool. But then, oh no, sorry, modern era again. So you actually have 4 rewrites left after you spend 1, Sean.
Okay.
So Hugh, please tell us how you first botch, but then somehow buckle down and manage to find the secret device in your room. It is, behind a picture, hollowed out eyeballs, with cameras behind them, and a voice recorder. It is big because it's micro.
So he got really into like the drawers, thinking that might be it, and then he was like trying to tug on some like candle fixtures on the wall, and he's just like, oh shit, the picture, yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. Why didn't I think about that? And just walks over and is like, okay, yeah.
There is a micro recorder and 2 micro cameras in place of the eyes and the mouth.
Huh.
Back.
Okay.
Wires going into the wall.
Wires going into the wall. Huh. Okay. He's definitely not sleeping in this room tonight. He's also not taking any other drugs because something's fishy. Something's messed up. Also, he's not big into drugs anyways because he sees weird shit, so he doesn't need that enhanced.
Okay. You're like, I'm not sleeping in this room, and you go to your door, and it's locked.
Fine. No locked doors keeping me out, so I'm gonna roll larceny at advantage.
Keeping you in?
Or keeping me, yeah. Keep no locked doors keeping me in. What am I rolling to try to unlock this thing?
Is that a quip, or was that a trademark, or was that a...
That's a trademark.
Okay, so that's once per story, and it's plus 2 dice to the roll, and it'd be larceny, plus dex, plus 2.
Wow. Okay.
Mine is slow. There we go. Okay. You have 1 enhancement. Difficulty for that was 5.
Cool.
The door swings open, and you were like, haha! Wait. Something smells funny. Because that botch did not tell you about the gas distributor.
The gas what?
Each of these rooms has a gas distributor that gas you at night to knock you out. But you don't know that. You just started to smell something funny as you were leaving the room. That's all you know.
Okay. Can I blow that extra enhancement to relock the door so that it's like it acts like I'm in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Plus, you now know how to bypass that door the next time they lock you in when you're not getting gassed.
Okay.
That's part of the pre-plan.
Cool.
Also, since you used trademark on that and fell asleep anyways, carry that +2 bonus dice to another roll in the next scene.
Okay. Wait, so I still fell asleep?
Yeah.
So I didn't make it out of the room?
No.
Oh.
So there's that dramatic
But you
moment
managed
where
to get
he's
the
like
door
trying
re-shut.
Okay.
And yes, you also fall asleep. Lillian and Leslie and Luke
to. Oh.
will have terrible nightmare. Let's dive into them, shall we?
Yes.
Changeling Ever. You wake up after what you think is a very long, refreshing sleep, and you stretch.
Refleshing.
And you realize you're soaking and covered in blood. The whole bed is soaked in blood. You're soaked in blood. But it's not your blood. It's in your mouth.
Oh,
You reach your hands up to touch your mouth, and both hands are holding knives, soaked in blood. One of which is the knife from the box.
No. What has happened?
You roll over, and it's not your room. You're in Leslie's room, and Leslie has been stabbed to death, and so have both of his lovers.
Oh no.
By you!
Why
No.
did you do that?
No, how could... No, I would never...
The door is kicked open, and the professor sweeps into the room, gasps, says, "How could you?" and leaves. And then sweeps back into the room and says, "I can't believe you would do this," and leaves. Sweeps back into the room and says, "I'm calling the police."
Professor, no, it's not what you think. It is
What
not
else do
what
you
I
say
think.
as you launch yourself across the room and stab him to death?
Ah!
What?
Messed up.
It is not me, Professor.
It's not me!
No,
It's not me!
It's not me! It's not me, Professor. I cannot do this to you. This is not my own hand. It is my hand, but it is not my hand.
And then your dream and then your dream commences as you head through the house and murder everyone.
No.
The whole
No.
time unable to stop yourself.
What is happening?
And when you're done, you head back into the room, not of your own volition. Curl up, go back to sleep on the bed.
No, I've become American.
Okay. Got the storyteller on that one. Alright, Leslie.
Yes.
You stretch and wake up, and both of your partners are still asleep, and you're like,
I did
Thing
not
these
ask
suites
where
have
the
attached
bathroom
bathrooms.
was here. Oh, okay. That's nice.
conveniently, manor house that hasn't been updated in 50 years. But anyways,
Sure. Go in and have the
what happens is you sit up,
post-sex pee.
you can't, you try to sit up, but you can't move. It's like there's a horrible pressure on your chest, like something is crushing you down.
This is just trying to sit up out of bed.
Yep. You know, like sleep paralysis.
Yeah, sleep. What?
You look to the
Yeah.
left and right and see two indentations in the bed on either side of your head. hand marks.
Huh?
And 2 what could be knee indentations to the left and right of your hips.
Oh, I don't like this.
You shouldn't, sugar! And all of a sudden, this looming black, vile demon with glowing red eyes, just like made out of black ooze and tar with claws and spikes everywhere, is crushing your chest, smiling at you with pearly white teeth. Not supposed to be pleasant.
Ah!
You're gonna wake everyone up. Just kidding, sugar. Ah! Ah! We done yet?
Wait, hold on. Wait. Stop. Wait, hold on. Just. What do you want? We can just talk and communicate. I can see you. I can hear you. Is there anything you need? Is there anything? Just come a little closer. Can I move at all?
Of course you can see and hear me. Because I'm actually here, sugar. Slowly claws you down the chest. It hurts and bleeds. What, you think this is some kind of dream, Patrick?
Can I move my head?
Yes.
I would like to
He said,
bite its hand when it tries to pat my cheek and get it. If I can get its arm like off me, then slip out from under it.
As you turn to bite its hand, it says, "Hold on, your peeing you need to pee is making me have to pee," and he stands up just as you snap your teeth. But you still can't move, and the indentations of the knees and the hands are still there. He walks over to the corner of the room and pees in it. This goes on for like a minute and a half unless you say something.
No, I think I just look on confused and terrified.
Yeah, that's better. It's a zipping sound, even though he's not wearing pants. Alright, that's better, sugar. Now he's back on top of you again. I'm glad you didn't try to do nothing dumb. We can talk like reason. I got a deal for you, sugar.
Okay.
This whole place isn't what you think, and you're totally gonna die here. Unless we can make a deal. You know, kind of like a shared experience in the house. You help me, I help you, everybody wins, you don't die.
You have a weird negotiation tactic.
You don't die. Everybody wins. Oh, also, did I mention that gas they're using to put you to sleep cuts off your connection to the spirit world? You're gonna wake up just a dude if you don't take my deal.
Can I sense if he's lying?
You could roll empathy plus cunning, yes.
And I would like to use 2 of my enhancements for this. So I would really like to know.
Plus 4 dice, do you? Oh, you want enhancements. I'm sorry.
Yeah, enhancements.
I heard enhancements and my brain said trademarks. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, I really do want to make this roll because I feel like this is an important moment. So I'll actually
You have 3 personal rewrite dice.
I have 4 personal rewrite dice.
You should use 2.
Okay.
2 enhancements and 2 extra dice.
Right. So, yeah. So I wanted to use 2 of my enhancements from my 4 personal rewrite dice. But then I also want to use my trademark Greed is Good, which is tied to empathy.
Okay, I'll allow it. Plus 4 dice, 2 enhancements.
Plus 4 dice with 2 enhancements. If I don't get this, I'm going to be so mad. But yeah, I kind of look at the demon spiky thing and I'm like, okay, yeah.
My name is Spike Sugar. Original, right? Dad's an asshole.
Spike Sugar. Okay, nice to meet you, Spike Sugar.
No, you're Sugar, I'm Spike.
Yeah,
together we're everything nice.
I probably should have picked up on that, I guess. Okay, so you're gonna help me get out of this? That's what's going on? This is gonna save me.
I'm gonna ride you, and then we're gonna share experiences, and we all get out of here.
Okay. I got 4 successes on the empathy and the cunning, which
He is neither lying
which-
about the death nor the
which-
loss of power.
with the 2 enhancements becomes 6. Okay. That doesn't change
He's
the answer
lying
at all.
about nothing. This demon is strange and honest.
And as soon as we're done with this house and I'm out, we're done.
We can renegotiate then.
We're done.
Sure, but we'll put a clause in where we can't renegotiate.
And you've got my survival in mind. What do you get out of
No, I
this?
have mine, but I need you, so you know. I'm a demon. I don't give a shit about you, sugar, but I need you. You're the only one with any kind of connection to my kind. Can't use the rest of these moves.
Oh, great. My gift
Especially not that
again.
drunk asshole. He'd stab me with a spike or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably would. What about never mind. All right, you get me out of this situation and I'll help you.
Done. Now to seal the deal. And French kisses you.
Is it good at it?
He's real good at it, yeah.
All right, nice. Let's do
Sharp
it.
teeth you wouldn't think would play, but they do.
All right, I'm for it.
Probably the snake tongue.
Nice.
So,
I'd be down.
you pass out again, and this time you wake up. And your lovers are gone, and you realize the sun's in the window, and you're fucking hungry. Time for breakfast. You head downstairs for breakfast. Everyone's
Yeah.
there joking and laughing. You sit down and pick up your spoon, and you drive it right through Sean's character's eyeball.
Nice.
And you look at him
Can
and
I-
you say,
Can I scoop?
in
Can I scoop the
Demon
eyeball out
Spike
and eat it?
voice. Yes. While you're chewing, you say in Demon Spike voice some hilarious pun about one eye that Sarah will. And she comes up with it. And then you hear Spike's voice in your ears saying, "No, I'm just fucking with you." And you wake up for real having to pee again in the middle of the night next to the
All right. That wasn't weird at all.
Only
You-
have eyes for you.
You are now haunted. And
You'd
you
have been a really
gained-
great pupil.
You are haunted, and you have gained the haunted ability Claws of the Damned. So mark that down, and I'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
Once per scene, you can spend a rewrite to go claws, horns, bony knuckles, or some other body deformity to give you an edge in a fight. +1 or 2 enhancements on close combat, depending on how clever you are about it. Also, you're possessed.
Is snake tongue an option?
Yes.
So once per scene, spend a rewrite die.
To manifest demonic protrusions that are sharp or stabby or crunchy to fight with. To get
Okay.
enhancements to close combat.
Enhancement to close combat. Okay.
And you're possessed, which is, definitely not going to screw you.
Okay. All right. Sweet.
2 of you now have had nightmares and are awake. However, now we must move on to our fearless detective.
So
wake up.
tired.
You wake up and you're like, oh man, again? Really? And then you realize you're in your own bed. Like, at home.
Wait,
But your fiance's not next to you. And then she begins screaming from somewhere else in the house.
I rush over there.
You rush out of the room and into the dining room only to see 2 blatantly obvious Satan worshippers holding her down on the table, about to pierce her heart with a sacrificial knife. You leap towards her when two more tackle you and hold you down, and they force you to watch while they slowly sacrifice your wife. After she's dead and her blood runs out, her body jerks and her mouth froths, and she sits up with devilish red eyes and looks at you and smiles. Says, "Don't you like me better this way, honey?" And then she tears your throat out, and you wake up screaming.
Wait, I'm alive.
And you're back in the creepy house in the middle of the night.
Oh,
Captain,
bugger.
Yo.
you wake up on your boat.
Ugh.
The last one you went out on when you were merchant marine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just rocking back and forth and creaky and awful quiet. Even at night, there's crew noises. It's real quiet on the boat.
How are the seas? Are the seas calm?
Gentle.
It's a bad sign.
Get up and look around.
Yeah, just sort of walk the deck.
You walk out into the hallway and see a robed Satan-worshipping cultist. He rushes at you. What do?
Yank, reaches over and grabs a fire axe and screams, "Taste cold steel, foul beast."
You
It
lop
goes
his head
running
off,
at
or
him.
at least mostly, because this is a realistic movie apparently, and it only comes off partway.
Oh, nice.
And he falls over, but there's two more behind him. And two more behind you. There's a porthole. You could dive through it.
I mean, you're putting it there, so yes, of course I would dive through.
You dive through the porthole, and there's three more. You manage to kill two before Malone wrestles the axe from you. Tosses it overboard. You punch him out, only to be tackled by three more. You punch them out, only to be tackled by six. Finally, they truss you up.
Oh no.
Go ahead.
No, I just feel like he just uses anything as a weapon, so he'd be like breaking bottles and crap to stab them in heads and ears and.
You manage to defeat like a dozen of them before they overwhelm you, coming from everywhere.
Nice.
When finally they truss you up, and the whole time chanting evil Latin phrases, they toss you overboard and you drown, slowly. And then you wake up screaming in your bed in the house. You all realize you hear each other screaming as all four of you wake up simultaneously.
Oh.
You can hear it through the walls. No one else in the house seems to react, and you in particular, Leslie, you poke your partners and they don't move. They are like hardcore drugged, passed out.
What? Hey, get up.
I will fast forward you a little bit, Captain, while they figure out what they're doing. You walk over to your door, unlock it again, and step into the hallway because you already got past it.
Okay.
Can I? Okay, so these were the two touchy-feely people that
These
drugged
are the people
Sean.
that you as the player know drugged Sean. You as Leslie have no idea. You just had wild sex with some co-eds. That's all you know.
Do we know that they are students associated with the... Are they two of the other participants? Or
They're the
students?
teacher's assistants, yes.
Okay. So, going off of my dream and going off of kind of where my brain would be at now, I look at them and I would like to take the chance to... I want to go through their clothes. Like, really quick, like I creep out of bed and I creep over and I pick up, like, you know, a pair of pants on the ground. And I want to go through the pocket, or I want to go through like a shirt pocket and see if I can't find anything, information about them or notes.
They don't have anything unusual. They didn't have their IDs in their sex you up clothes.
Okay.
But they do both have strange medallions in their pockets.
I would like
It's
to...
some kind of weird occulty symbol that you've never seen before.
I would like to palm it and then grab my pants. Put it in the pocket of my pants before putting my pants on myself, and I'll walk out of the scene shirtless, pants like unbuttoned and unflied. American
hear- what room
werewolf.
did we put
American
you in
werewolf
again?
in London style.
What room did we put you in again?
8. One away from.
You hear the handle
Lillian.
to door 8 start rattling, Captain. If he's locked in. What are you doing,
I'm
Mr.
locked.
Detective?
Well, I would like to get out and look at the other people look to see the other people who were screaming. So, I will go to the
What room
front.
did we put you in?
3.
You hear the door to 3 start rattling, Captain. What are you doing, college student?
Lillian.
College student is
Yes.
arming herself
I don't know why I'm having trouble with Lillian.
It's okay. She's arming herself with the items she was gifted, the knife and the... Actually, on second thought,
Pistol?
not the knife. She's gonna leave the knife. The
Just
knife
the
makes her
pistol?
uncomfortable now. Yeah, just the pistol. She's gonna trembling.
Well, it's a good thing
Damn,
because
and-
the knife isn't in the box. In
Well,
your pants.
what?
It's fine, everything's fine. What else do you do?
I'm gonna remove the knife from my pants and I'm gonna put it
Okay.
in a drawer in the very
the
back of
box?
the drawer.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna put
Okay.
it in a drawer, buried under my clothing.
Bury
Um,
that. Got it.
Yeah, I got the pistol. I'm gonna try and get out of the room.
All 3 doors are rattling, Captain. You gonna help him out?
Yeah, he would quickly go and he would hold the door real quick and just whisper, "Stop, I'll get you out."
You hear that, and then the captain frees you all one by one until you're all in the hallway. And then a shadow appears at the end of the hallway, and you all spin around to face it. And it looks like a strangely adorned cultist from your nightmares as it runs off down the hallway. And we cliffhanger until next week.
No!
What?
Didn't get to. Well,
We're about to go punch up a cultist.
I was about to say, didn't
Actually,
get to punch
Captain,
anything.
you got to
but I
punch
did.
12 cultists.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
They were just dream cultists.
Yeah, dream cultists don't count.
Dream punches and dream cultists.
It doesn't have the satisfying crunch of a physical cultist.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, like when you punch someone in a
Don't
dream,
worry,
it's just
this
like
was your investigation episode. Next week is all action.
I don't know what's going on.
Next
means
week is going to be a little less
Doing
talk, a little
my
more
job
action.
correctly.
Let's chat more splat.
Well, dear viewers, you've reached the end of this chapter, and we need to let the beast rest in peace while it can. But fret not, we will continue the tale right here next week at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern for an action-packed episode. Tune in next week for more psychedelic shenanigans and a lot of blood. But we're not quite done yet tonight. First, we vote on our favorites. For those who don't know, each player votes for their favorite person and explains why. It can be any reason from role-playing to pity votes. It doesn't matter. Votes can take one of 2 forms. You can use them as a bonus die to any roll in any session, or you can gain a half an experience. Captain, who and why?
I'm going to give it to Steve because I hate his characters. I want to punch them in the face.
Means he does them right.
Right. Which, I mean, I think speaks true to his character overall. Just putting that out there.
My in-game character.
No.
Oh,
It's awful shady
No.
in here.
Yeah.
It's like the
jeez.
sun got blotted out by a cloud.
Wow.
Would anyone like
Luther,
some
who and
tea?
why?
I'm going to go with Steve, and it was something that I hated that he did that I knew was wonderful, and I don't remember now.
Oh, don't you hate that?
Which thing?
It was midway through the session. It was around the seance time. I don't remember what it... Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Your girthy candles.
The
Okay.
Yes, the length and girth of my candles.
No, just the girth.
Lillian.
Don't
Just
care
the
about the
girth.
length. Just the
Oh.
girth.
Fair.
That's where it really matters.
Oh, God.
Lillian.
Oh, I hate you all. No, I really don't. I fucking love you guys. Gonna have to go with Steve.
Don't give him all the points.
I don't know if
Clean
you
sweep.
guys realized it, but he with the whales joke made from
Made from what?
Real whales.
Real whales?
Made
I
from ambergris.
actually I happy flapped, and like that was, I don't know if you noticed, but I did, and it was yeah, you're a jerk. Not really.
And Leslie, who and why?
Oh man. I'm so bad at this part of our sessions because I never know, because everyone's great. However, I'm gonna go with, and this hurts me to my core because I hate him so much as a person, Sean.
Wow.
Dang.
Your life.
You hate me as a person, like as a real not dream person.
Yeah, the same way you hate my character out of
okay.
game.
That's
Me and Sean have known each other
Not
for
equal.
15 years. Like there comes a point where
Frenemies.
I
Frenemies for life.
I need to go redo that reference survey.
I'm gonna vote for
Change
Sean.
late.
I'm gonna vote for Sean because his coming back with the body that Devin rolled out of the window, which almost got my vote by itself, by the way. When you came back with it and that whole sequence of events, and then using the hidden chair to hide the body, have the point. That was so good.
That was wonderful. And the GM is awarding a point this evening to Lillian for being a good sport when I spotlighted her constantly and without mercy or pity. You kept up with them. You can have a point for half a point for that
Yay.
of XP.
Thank you.
All right, Steve. What are you gonna do with your clean sweep?
All experience, so that's 1.5 experience points.
Sean, what you doing with yours?
I'm gonna take my half experience point.
Excellent. Well, it appears you found an item in our shop that calls to you, dear viewers. Allow us to ring up your purchase so that you can carry the curse home with you. We will catch up with our overly dramatized, dressed to the nines destroyers of devil worshippers and vampires. Players and groovy groupies, tell us what you're up to after this and where people can find you.
So I had to go. I don't know what was going on, but my SWTOR didn't work, so I had to go uninstall it. I reinstalled it with Steam, so I was
Wow.
gonna go play it. Yeah, I don't know. It's a thing. So I'll play that for like 30 minutes and then fall asleep. But check us out tomorrow for Descent in Avernus, and then check us out on
Hell yeah.
Friday, where I will be running Cats and Dogs Living Together Mass Hysteria with Pugmire.
For the charity
Cool
stream, too.
kids.
For the charity stream, that's right.
Yep. Yeah. Well, you will find me watching Descent into Avernus. Rock on, go to hell, and all that. And I'm gonna be playing in Pugmire. I'm so excited. Like, I'm really excited. I'm a Ranger Floof. It's gonna be awesome. And floofy.
Catch that, everyone.
I have ears.
Ranger Floof.
I
Ranger
have
Floof.
ears. You're gonna have to watch so that you can see my ears. Not even kidding. I got ears. Did I mention I have ears? Anyway.
Do you have ears?
I do.
think she might have ears.
I do. Anyway.
Ears?
They're currently covered by hair.
Yeah, see? Yeah, we are supporting in our charity game, the Trevor Project. So yeah. One of my faves. In the meantime, you can find me hiding in my house playing Animal Crossing. And then on Monday being an awesome mage that does awesome things with their gender, and they're pretty cool. The end. Dungeons and Wagons.
Yes.
Oh, Steve, you can find me on the internet at Voodoo Arcade. You can find me here anytime we are live with Vorpal Tales, which is Monday, Tuesday. Nope, that's a lie. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Don't take my Tuesday.
Nothing on Tuesday yet, but not too
Stay
distant
tuned in the
future.
fall.
Yep. So all day. So tomorrow again, Descent into Avernus, I will be a player playing Raylan the Paladin with Booty, I guess. And then Cake, as Pinky calls it. And Friday, again, I'll be playing in Pugmire for the charity stream benefiting the Trevor Project, who do absolutely amazing work, and I'm very excited to be able to participate in that. And then Monday, I will be running, instead of Mage, I will be running our second charity stream, also benefiting the Trevor Project, which would be Cavaliers of Mars. So tune in for some swashbuckling political intrigue on the dying planet of Mars in the style of Flash Gordon and other pulp adventures.
And
there are no cake emojis, and it's a travesty.
what?
There will soon be on our Discord, though. Evan, go.
Let them eat cake. You can find me online at Sword of Sullied. I'll be watching all the games we'll be playing here, especially Pugmire, because that's going to be absolutely fantastic. And other than that, I will just be again grinding my way through Breath of the Wild because I'm insane for that game.
Sounds like a bloody good time. I myself am all of our games, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Tomorrow, come watch me, and more importantly, come watch Steve the Paladin of Throwing It Back. And then Friday and Monday, come hit up our charity streams. Come see us for more. And remember, follow us here on Onyx Path and follow us on our Twitch channel, Vorpal Tales. Go to YouTube for our archive of past episodes. Like, subscribe, leave comments. Head over to vorpaltales.com and find the link to our Discord so you can join, have endless puns. And check out our Patreon at patreon.com/vorpaltales. Sign up and come join us for our monthly birthday. But for now, we must leave you, because Sean's cats are all hissing dramatically at an empty space in the corner of his living room. Obviously, we need to do a seance and then properly close the YouTube board at his house when we're done. So, good night!